middle school, like 6th or 7th grade, and it was, that was like the beginning of like the MySpace phase sort of for me. And my friend had a clip of their documentary on her MySpace page, and we were into like Green Day and Escape the Fate and the Pink Spiders and all that. I don't know why I clicked it. I was probably like, oh my god, these guys have like guy letter and emo haircuts, totally my scene. But I was like, it was like a 6-minute clip, and I watched it like 10 times. I just loved them so much. It was like a infectious emo parade of my life, just all of My Chemical Romance. I saw them in 8th grade. I went with my dad. My dad was gonna wear his, typical like ESPN fleece and like jeans and like, workout sneakers, and I was like, Dad, no. I made him wear a hoodie. I bought him checkered Vans, like the slip-ons, and like he just sat there. Like we had like seats, so he just sat there and he's just like, yeah, his earplugs in. He's like, yeah, this is cool, and I'm like going crazy. I got like the Black Parade hoodie. Well, the first album I heard was 3 Cheers for Sweet Revenge, which is their second album. The big single off that was I'm Not Okay, and it's basically like, if you watch the music video, it's basically about being in high school and like, you're the kid that gets picked on, and you're the kid everyone makes fun of, and I'm like, that's me, oh my god. And I mean, I might have been a little dramatic about it. I went to private school for like 8th and 9th grade, like just those 2 years, and it was like a 45-minute commute, so that was prime time to sit and like really get lost in an album, and it was always MCR, like not on shuffle. You gotta listen to every song in order, straight through. The mix of theatrical versus relatability versus like the fan base teamed with just learning how the internet works, like MySpace, and liking their page on Facebook or becoming a fan or whatever it was back in, middle school. It was just that perfect storm. The fan base was the MC Army, which I just loved that, because it was like you were a part of something, and it was really fun, and you'd see people with like, they'd Photoshop those pictures of themselves like MCR themed, and they'd have like the X's over their eyes or whatever, but it would say like MC Army, and you were just like, you're one of me, oh my god, I'm so excited. He was really adamant about, supporting the local scene, going to like shows like in your hometown. Right by the school, there was this little indie like sticky floor venue, and I remember going like my first ever local show there. It was all bands I'd never heard of before. I was like, I have no idea who these people are. I don't know anybody at this show besides my friend, but $10, whatever, I can dig it. It was literally the best thing ever. It was so much fun. I still remember the lineup, but that was my first real like small kind of like intimate show, and then that's when I started going back again and again and again, hunting down those shows, planning in advance because I didn't have a car, like I was like 12. Yeah, I definitely credit them for getting me into my local scene. Like most people credit, small bands I see once and they're like, oh my god, I have to go see them again all the time, but it was MCR saying, go support your local scene. That's how we started out, and you should do the same for your scene. You knew you were a part of like a larger kind of network, and I think, again, that's why like things like MySpace and Facebook and whatever other website. Pure Volume, oh my god, I haven't been on that in a second. They had this huge kind of like grand vision. I remember seeing an interview and Gerard said that the way, I don't know if it was like his dad explained it to him or something, but he has the way I like to think about death is that it comes to you like however you want it, like whatever makes you the happiest. So he pictured this Black Parade coming to like take him away, and like the single Welcome to Black Parade is like a guy in a hospital bed, and this black is theatrical, amazing, like elaborate, beautiful parade comes, and it's all like black grayscale video. I think that whole kind of going through a life situation and how it's applicable to really anything. I was the emo kid. Like I bought the last medium Black Parade shirt at Hot Topic. It said just said Black Parade. It was like the logo, and I was just like, I have to wear this on release day. Like I have to. It was like a religion basically. They made it into something so like beautiful. Death is usually a morbid subject, and like we're all gonna die someday, blah blah blah. But it was his own vision of if I die, it's gonna come to me in this beautiful Black Parade. Like my mom is like, this is really like morbid. Like, are you okay? Like, do you need a therapist? I'm like, no. Like, I'm so happy. I'm like, I love going to these shows. Like, I'm so excited. Okay, it was really rough. I'm not even gonna lie. I saw it somewhere like on Tumblr. Someone was just like, oh, I'm really sad about MCR, and I was like, what? Saw the post on Property Zach, and it was a very short, cold, impersonal message. It was like, it's been really fun, but we're calling it a day. Okay, thanks, bye. Gerard wrote this really super long letter, and I read it, and I was just crying, and I read Frank Ieraro's letter, and I cried. They also did this thing where Gerard went through and listened to Three Cheers, and he listened to Black Parade for, like, the first time in, like, you know, X amount of years, and he just kind of, like, spoke about all of his feelings, and he's like, oh my god, like, I can't believe he wrote that, like, this sounds so weird, like, our sound has progressed so much. I was really sad, and I was like, well, you guys helped me through so much. And I mean, they had to stop making music someday, it's just what happens, but they had a really great run, you know, 13 years, damn, and I think they really made their mark on the scene. It was awesome while it lasted.